Hey everyone, I'm back with another video. So today I want to do a story time, and this situation happened this morning, and I feel like it's necessary to discuss because I do have a lot of mental health doctors, counselors, therapists, people that work in the hospitals and such, and I know how this certain topic of mental health is it's a sensitive area, and I am looking for a little bit of advice. I know that maybe I shouldn't have spoke about certain things because of just personal preference and just for privacy, but therapy is supposed to be a place where you're supposed to feel comfortable enough to talk about sensitive topics, personal things, and it's supposed to be kept between you and the healthcare personnel. That it's supposed to be professional in that area, but in my case it wasn't, and I feel like it's just, I feel like what happened today was not handled in a professional manner, and I think I'm going to take the necessary steps to prevent it any further. So what I'm getting at is, as you all know, I mentioned that I do have a therapist who comes and sees me every week, so I don't have to leave the house. She comes here and it's very convenient, and yeah, it's an hour session and then she leaves, and yeah. I spoke to her about sensitive topics, things that would bother me, and thinking that, I can trust this person with my thoughts, my feelings, just what has been bothering me. But in this case, I know that I can't, and I feel as though there's too many people in my personal life, in my privacy, to where I feel like it's being corrupted. And when certain topics were discussed, they were brought up by the therapist, and I was a little hesitant at first, but I said, you know what, if I open up, she can give me advice, or she can give me a different point of view, you know, just to keep an open mind. So maybe what I'm thinking, my thoughts, my feelings, emotions won't be so clouded or sporadic, or so I feel as though that when there's more people around, there's more ears listening, more people communicating, your personal life, your thoughts, your emotions, just what you trusted in this person has been out in the open for others to hear, and now they're free to judge. So I feel as though that I need to take the next necessary steps to prevent this from happening, and I need to I have a lot to think about, because I feel as though that the thing is, on Mondays, as you all know, I upload later in the day, around noon, afternoon, sometimes into the evening, if I feel up to it. And sometimes I just don't upload on Monday, because, you know, my stepmom is here and she sleeps in, it's her day off. So but the thing is, when you have a parent that is friends with your therapist and they communicate all the time, they talk to each other on the phone, they see each other all the time, they're very close. You see where I'm getting at? But it doesn't make it right. And I feel like, you know, when you have therapy, that's supposed to be personal, you know. But when she's coming over and she's asking you personal questions and you're answering it thinking that, oh, you know, it's just gonna be just us discussing it, and someone else comes in and starts intruding on your session and putting in her point of view, it just ruins it. Actually, I'm not going to say that it ruined my day, but I thought about this for a couple hours, and I even was like, you know, if I keep thinking about what just happened today, I'm gonna have a bad day. So that's when I just decided, well, let me clean, you know, the plates and do a video, because cleaning does relax me and it clears my mind. Just something about cleaning in general just puts my mind in like a reset mode, and I can refocus on something more positive. And cleaning is very therapeutic for me. So you know, after my session was over, that's when I decided to do the cleaning video. And I was thinking about doing another video, but outside. I was gonna film outside. But after I did my cleaning video, I then started thinking about what happened again, and I started to get upset, and I started to get a little emotional because I feel like she can't be trusted. And I feel like Mondays for sessions shouldn't happen anymore. It should be during the week, not on a Monday when she's here. So that way they can't communicate and they can't bombard me with their feelings and thoughts on my feelings and thoughts and my situation or situations that I've discussed in private. I just feel like, you know, my sessions have been intruded on, and it's happened several times in, you know, several different months that I've had this therapist. It's happened, and I feel like I would think, okay, if she's here, why don't you just wait until she's gone and then come over and do the session, or just schedule it early afternoon so that way we can talk in private and I don't feel like I'm being bombarded by opinions. And I feel like this needs to be fixed. I feel like discussing this with my therapist isn't really going to make the situation better because they communicate. So if I call her and I tell her how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like, do they communicate about my sessions in private when I'm not around? Do they talk about me and discuss my situations when I'm not around? Because if they're doing this in front of me, what are they doing behind my back? So I feel like I can't speak about anything personal without her knowing everything that's going on in my life, which I want to keep private between me and my counselor, and I can't because now she knows everything. So nothing is personal or private anymore. And this is why I feel like it's necessary for me to discuss with you, because I know, like I mentioned, I could probably, I don't know. I know what I want to do, and I think it's for the best, but I'm going to think about it for about a week. Because what has been happening for the past couple months is unprofessional and it shouldn't happen. And it's like, it makes me upset. You know, it makes me upset, it makes me sad. I feel just, I don't feel respected. Yes, I love the convenience of her coming over and talking with me, and I don't have to go anywhere. It's every single week, so I have someone to talk to every week. I mean, that's great. But if I need to find somebody else, I will. Because that's the only way this is going to end. And I feel like, when they bring up, because therapists like poking. They like poking to see what will trigger your emotions, your feelings, what you can and can't talk about, sensitive areas. They will poke. And I know sometimes that's necessary for improvement in behaviors and just your well-being in that state of mind within that time that you're feeling or you're having those problems. I know how necessary that is, but and this is the thing, I told her she was sleeping. I thought, okay, she's gonna come by, okay, she's here, let's go outside and talk, or let's go for a walk, or nothing. So when I brought up a certain subject, here she comes out of the room, sits on the couch, and now they both are talking about me and my situation that I just discussed in front of me, and now I got them both telling me what I should and shouldn't do in my own situation and what could happen if I do or don't do whatever it is. And this is a situation that I was in this morning, and this is why I was so upset. And this is why I left that post. I love weekdays because I enjoy the peace and quiet. It's just me and my dad here. He's watching TV, and he's watching TV, and that's all I hear is the TV until like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. That's it. It's just me and him. It's quiet. And I enjoy that, when he goes to work, sometimes, I'll just lay in bed for, until like 9 o'clock, 9:30. And then I'll finally, get up and I'll go through my comment section just to find a video to film. Because Mondays and Tuesdays, there's a lot of lawn service in my neighborhood. So there's like 2 or 3 lawn service, in the neighborhood cutting grass. So it's hard to film with the lawnmower in the background. So especially if I'm outside filming a video, I know how annoying that could be. But I feel as though that changes need to be made. so that way I can have privacy and I don't feel judged based on the information that I'm open to discuss. And it's just, I'm upset. I'm upset. Um, but for those of you that are in, the mental health, you know, you know how important things like this are to not only the client, but also the professional. So, but I felt as though this needed to be discussed because I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and I'm making the right choices. I don't want to just do something and mess everything up because I feel like I'm overreacting on this situation. Because I feel as though, like, even he told me that what happened today shouldn't have happened. It wasn't professional, and I think this needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed before the week is up. So, usually I would call my case manager and have her do it for me, but I haven't talked to her since December, so she's useless at this point. So I do a lot on my own, as far as like appointments and things like that. I know that I can make my own choices if I feel like it's necessary. And I feel like this situation needs to be looked into, because I want this to end. I don't want this to keep happening. 1 week she goes home early, she comes over, we talk, and then the following week she's here, they're both talking about my situation. What are they doing when I'm not around? Are they talking about me before my session or after? Just, you see what I'm getting at? It's not right. So yeah, I could really use some advice. But I think what I want to do is necessary, and it's the only way that I can get privacy. And even, well, that's another topic. It's another topic. But before, she would meet me in other places and the same thing would happen. So it's like where's the privacy? I don't have any privacy. And even he told me, when she comes over, don't discuss anything that you don't want them to know. But it's like when they're asking you a bunch of questions and it's like, no, I don't want to talk about this or I don't want to talk about that, then now that's another subject. Like, Are you hurting? Is that a sensitive topic? Would that trigger you? It's like I don't want to get that deep, you know. But anyway, that's it for this video. And the story time. I know I need to do more story times. I have a few coming up, but yeah, I miss sitting down and talking and communicating and just having a chill video. Anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next one.